studied the reflexes of grasshoppers and bees and shit. One time I was like in a lot, vacant lot up there in Vegas. I'm like hanging out there trying to be Mr. I don't know, Jedi miracle worker. So like I'm like, oh, Jesus lived in the wilderness, and I was like, can I hunt some grasshoppers? So I put a certain amount of work into hunting these grasshoppers, right? I'm like throwing rocks at them, and I'm going, oh, this is like finding Scud missiles. I think it was during that era. This was before when I first went on disability. I didn't have anything to do, and I entertained myself like that, and I'm sure it looked pretty weird, like grown man in this lot, but I was pretty clueless. And anyway, so then I got into my operating system, and I had something to do. Anyway? So I'm like hunting grasshoppers, trying to get Jedi magic, and so like I got some strategies for these grasshoppers, right? You can try and chuck. Now, first thing about Jedi, sometimes you get some Jedi shots, right? Like incredible magic shots. And they like analyze this, right? You're like, you don't just like chuck random and like hope it goes. No, here's the analogy, right? Let's say God said cigarette's good for the singing voice. You want to know why? Because here's the secret, right? A singer tries to approaches his voice cracking, but not going over, right? You want to get close to cracking, but not over. This is getting to know your body, getting in touch with your body. You get close to the cracking, but not over. And like when you have cigarettes all the time, you got like a frog in your throat, and you're always trying to get your voice working, right? So it gives you practice on how to speak and how to sing and shit like that. And anyway, so what was I going to say? There's a lot of irony in God's full of irony. My mom quit smoking because of she wanted to sing. So whatever. I guess so like what was I going to say? It's fucking hot in here. So like studied the grasshoppers. I had all kinds of cool ideas. First step is trying to flushing them is the first step. Got to find a little motherfucker, get him in the air, then you can see him, right? But it ain't easy. I thought, oh, this would be a piece of cake. I just take a handful of gravel, chuck it, right? It's gonna flush. They don't flush. It's like, holy fuck, how'd that happen? And I was like, so I was taking like dirt and all kinds of shit. They're little motherfuckers, they don't want to flush. The rock has to be actually incoming, gonna do damage before the motherfucker moves. So like, there's other. So I once in a while I never really had much flies to deal with. I don't know, the past 25 years. But like on this journey, right? I went on the road, right? Mr. Flee into the wilderness, like the Exodus, like Jesus fled into the wilderness away from his slavery. And like, no, I don't want to be a carpenter. I'm gonna fuck this, man. I'm out of here. So like, anyway, so I'm gonna be, I don't know, man, this sucks. So like, anyway, so where are we at? So hey, apparently like any slave can flee into the desert as long as he's like talking to God, and God make it work. Seems to be the pattern. Adam and Eve survived, and God took care of the sparrows. How Jesus know that God take care of the sparrows? That a wise motherfucker. He go like, holy shit, I go in the desert, what do you know? Like, oh my God, there's like water, Hey, oh, fuck, man. And apparently, I don't. You can go test it. I don't know about that. I think you only do it if you have to, or some shit like. I don't really know. But anyway, so like, where am I at? So like, oh yeah. So like hunting grass. Now this is interesting, right? So I started killing flies. Finally, I figured no half measures, man. You got. It's not hard to kill flies, but you can't play around, man. You gotta be like focused, bam, like hit the fuckers. So I tried to be the ace of the flies, man. Let's see if I can get 5 dead flies in 5 minutes or some shit. I don't know. So like, there's some tricks, right? So you're in this van, right? How I get the motherfuckers like where I can kill them, right? Yeah. or if I can get the little motherfuckers away from my food and leave, if I can get them off my body, I don't give any fucks. Hey, fly, you don't bother me, you live. You start annoying, that's your death, okay? They get too annoying, the fuckers die. How I get them out of here? Like, Terry's always like, I ain't fucking answered these questions. I'm just a Templar in training, you know? So, like, hey, motherfucker, when I get to be the Master Templar, I'm gonna be like, I got a trick to get, like, the flies out the fucking car, man. Like, I don't know, I figured that shit out. Like, hey, get a turd, right? Give me a piece of shit. Hey, fly, come here, yeah. And then chuck it out the door or some shit like that. Not that, but you get the idea, right? So, oh, that smells real good, don't it? Chuck it out the door. Funny trick. So, where are we at? Bee. Then all of a sudden, like, I'm doing my Ace of the Fly shit. All of a sudden, this bee come in. This is out of stray. It's like, oh no, they sent the bombers. Come here, piece of shit bomber. I think. Did I kill that? No, I think that one got away. But, like, there was one bee. I was, like, kind of batting at it and shit. The motherfuckers got instinct you will not believe, right? They'd be like, ooh. Like, and then finally I said, let's pretend I'm not afraid of getting stung. And then I bat the motherfucker. It's gone, right? So as long as I have the fear, man, then it's not working. But as long as I don't have the fear, I just nail the fucker. Piece of cake. So Mr. Terry got a blown out knee. So, like, when you got a blown out knee, you be like, I can't be like Mr. Normal, like no brain athletics. Can't be doing no fucking Mr. Terry. Like, got to think with his brain every move or his knee blow out, right? So, like, he's like, when I move, I pay real close attention how my body's moving and shit, right? Because I can't let that knee get blown out, right? So